Gemini, what's up? Welcome back to the space. You have denial as the first card that has popped out here in your message for you today. It says, I acknowledge my fear, but I replace it with the insight of awareness. I love the way that this is written. We're going to get more cards out here to see where this is going, how this is going to unfold for you, Gemini. What's up? Welcome back to the space. My name is Sean. If you are new, if anyone is DMing you, private messaging you, pretending to be me or any other reader friend it is not, please report and block. I want you to be safe out there, okay? Thank you, God, angel, spirit guides. For my Gemini friends here, messages for Gemini. What do you want Gemini to be aware of, to focus on? The nature of this reading. Thank you, God, angel, spirit guides. Anything else? Anything else? What popped over in my deck? It says compassion. You can't see that there. Compassion. Okay, beautiful image there. What else? Thank you, God, angel, spirit guides. What else? Okay, beneath the deck, Gemini, it says no. This may be confirmation needed for someone who's watching this reading. Beneath that, it says listen deeply. These are messages just to get us grounded into what this reading is going to be about, okay? Then there was a card that popped out for you earlier. It says sacred plan. Can I be honest with you, Gemini? It feels like this is all about keeping some things to yourself, doing your inner work. Kind of feels like pulling your energy inward, not sharing all the details of what you're working on with sacred plan here, moving at your own pace. That's what this feels like here so far. But that denial is going to come out through this reading. I have this feeling that something about someone's denial or something that you have to face so that you can have your healing is going to come out in this reading. But what I'm going to do right now, Gemini, is I'm just going to pull a card or two just to see why specifically Spirit is showing denial, and then I'll get into the reading. So kick back. This might be lengthy. All right. This may be a lengthy reading. Get that tea, coffee, couple of biscuits, whatever it is that you need, and kick back so we can get this in motion and you can be comfortable. God, angel, spirit guides, denial. Why are you showing Gemini denial at this time? Okay. Page of Wands. Communication that has come in that has been a bit disrespectful. I was going to hold myself from saying that, but that's what's coming through. Hard communication, painful, triggering communication. God, angel, spirit guides. What else? Why are you showing Gemini denial here? What's this about? All right. And then what popped out and landed right on the Page of Wands is the Devil. All right. So, Seven of Swords beneath my deck. Okay. Gemini, you know I love you, and you know I'm your little sister or big sister or auntie, honey, whatever you need me to be. And I'm trying to arrange myself in your heart in a way, because maybe someone is not wanting to hear this, but denial suggests that we are not allowing ourselves to accept what is. You know this, Gemini, you're brilliant, you already get it, you got it. But there's something or someone who's showing up toxic, maybe a bit manipulative, maybe a liar. This information has come out to you, and because denial is out here, it may be that you are not allowing yourself, beneath that is the Empress, you may not be allowing yourself to face that this is exactly what it is. Could be a spouse, could be your mama, could be someone that you really love. And that's what's making it harder to accept possibly their toxic ways, their toxic communication, trying to control you in some way. Okay, so let's get into it. Let's go into the reading. I just want to clarify that denial for someone who may be working through that, because it may or may not come out in the rest of this reading. So I just want to be sure that I got that information out here for you, okay? Let me see. Okay, all right. Thank you, God, angel, spirit guides. For Gemini, what's happening with Gemini, God, angel, spirit guides? Nature of this reading. What are they working through at this time? What's the challenge? Okay, okay, that popped on out. First one out here. Six of Cups, something from the past, kind of feels like family. I don't know. The Magician upside down. The Chariot right side up. So, King of Swords. There's some memory coming up for you. There's something that has been on your mind and your heart, something that's dear to you, that feels good to you, and it feels like Spirit is trying to push you to move forward on something, but there's some type of block here with that Magician being upside down. And I think that's what this Sacred Plan card is out here to do. And then you have No out here. Something is trying to get you possibly to kind of slow down. I'm not sure yet if it's you getting in the way of something, maybe overthinking, reflecting, making excuses for someone who's potentially toxic. It could be that. But it also feels like it could be something spiritual too happening that is slowing things down for you so that you could really have time to think about the action that you're thinking about taking and what it really means to you. Like, it kind of feels like with this Magician being upside down, something is getting in the way of your plan to move forward so that you can have time and space to reflect upon something. Let's get some more information out here. Thank you, Angel Spirit Guides. The Six of Cups here for Gemini. What is the Six of Cups about? Thank you. What is the Six of Cups about for Gemini? Okay. The Empress. This feels like, for some of you, Gemini, it could be someone from your past, a partner, a spouse, though, not just a relationship. This feels deeper because this is a family energy. So if it's a partner, it's someone that you have been married to or you've been with for a long time. But this is giving me mom. I'm getting, Gemini, I don't mean to go all deep on you today, but it is giving mother wound. It's giving mother wound situations. I'm getting the vibe, Gemini, and this reading is very specific. It's not for everyone. I'm getting that I'm speaking to a Gemini where there are some things happening with your mom. Maybe your mother is, needing you or are wanting to give you some advice, or is being harsh with their words, a hard message that came through from the mom. And it's getting in the way of your ability to feel confident about manifesting what it is that you want, moving in a direction, a creative energy, though, it feels like, towards something that you want to go after. It kind of feels like they're getting in the way. And for someone that I'm speaking to, Gemini, it feels like you're beginning to wake up to possibly what this mother is doing, or this aunt or grandmother, person in your family, and that's been kind of hard for you. That's been hard for you. And you're trying to keep the compassion, and maybe for a bit of your life or all of your life, that has been if you've experienced stop-go energy where you're going after something that you want, you're trying to walk in your own path and make the decisions that you want for yourself, then all of a sudden you feel yourself stop. I feel like it's because sometimes when it comes to that mother or that spouse, whatever this is, it can be hard to feel confident to move forward in a direction because we have been programmed to believe that maybe that external validation from whoever this connection is more valid than your own or our own. When we get into that, that's what this feels like. God, Angel, Spirit Guides, the Magician. Why are you showing Gemini the Magician upside down? Thank you, God, Angel, Spirit Guides. Okay, yeah. You're not wanting to walk away. What was coming through earlier is maybe you have a parent that is in some type of housing assistance, assisted living program, or you are helping your parent, or what has made you and your parents' connection so strong in the past is that you've allowed them to really direct your life. That has been how you show love, is by letting them maybe over advise you. But it kind of feels like you're ready to walk away from this and maybe stopping yourself from doing it. Okay, you know that there's something different. For those of you where this is a spouse, you've been with this person for a long time, they've been around, same storyline, same textures, what I'm feeling, and you won't allow yourself to move on. So you feel like you feel like life could be different if you just got on this chariot and moved forward, but something is keeping you from doing that. Like building the heart space or the confidence, or it might take, you have temperance beneath the deck. It may take a level of reprogramming to understand that it's okay to have anyone out of your life if they are hurting or harming you. I mean, for that denial, we did see the Seven of Swords and we did see the Devil. That gives me the impression that whatever this is, this energy is really dark, and you don't need validation or justification to make the decision that you need to walk away. But I feel like I'm speaking to a Gemini where that's the struggle right now, is you're like, okay, well, this is not what we do in our community. This is not what we do in our culture or in the nation that I'm from. We don't just walk away from our spouse or our elders or whatever it is, and that's getting in the way. That's what this feels like. Okay, guide, angel, spirit guides, let's see what else comes out. We're going to go into the potential outcome. And sometimes I notice that when I go into the outcome or when I get guidance out here, there are other messages that come up in other storylines too. So if that's not your storyline, but there's something keeping you on this channel watching, sometimes that happens, where there will be other messages that will pop out randomly for someone who is viewing this. So stay tuned for that. Guide, angel, spirit guides, where is this going? Guide, angel, spirit guides for Gemini, where is this going? Outcome of all of this. Okay. Okay. Oh, that was chunky. Okay, you have the Eight of Cups that popped out there. Let me move this banner out of the way before it accidentally stops the entire recording. The Eight of Cups popped out sideways. Still thinking about walking on, moving on, trusting yourself to go after what it is that you want. This kind of feels like you want to do something, go into the world of love, maybe date again, or try something out on your own. For you, if you are in a study, you're in college, or you're doing something in your life and you feel like you have to keep taking the advice solely from your caregiver, this kind of feels like you're still going to be in deep contemplation about moving on, walking on. That's here to come for you pretty soon. The Seven of Swords popped out again, okay? And then we have the Eight of Cups upside down. Now these cards popped out in a chunk, so I'm going to take them as a trailer. This is about communicating your ideas, standing your ground about what it is that you want, okay? Gemini, I got a feeling that you're going to be in a place of contemplating this for a while. It kind of feels like you are going to eventually walk on or move on from this, but you're going to spend some time planning this first, okay? Because whatever the situation is, you got to be careful. You got to be careful. This no energy I'm being directed to look at, right? You have to be careful about who you share this with, the timing of all of this. The Temperance remains beneath the deck. You're going to have some patience here with all of this. The Nine of Cups gives me the vibe that you're going to get to where you're trying to go, but it definitely feels like you're keeping this to yourself, your plan, your desire, the thing that you're really after, okay? Yeah, okay, I'm going to get some more out here. Thank you, guys, angel, spirit guides. Why are you showing the Seven of Swords for Gemini, please? Why are you showing Gemini the Seven of Swords here? Okay, yeah, it kind of feels like you're going to keep a plan to yourself about how to move on, walk on. Some of you may be moving out. Okay, this, yeah, it feels like whatever this battle is, whatever this thing is that feels very dark, very strategic, people playing games, honey, it feels like you're going to have to do this in a different way, and you're aware of this. Okay, thank you, angel, spirit guides. So that sacred plan feels like secret plan. It's sacred to you because it's yours and yours alone, but it feels like it's a secret too. You're doing this because it means something to you, not for any external validation. Thank you, angel, spirit guides. The Nine of Cups, why are you showing my Gemini friend here the Nine of Cups? And then I'll get some guidance out here and then I will close, okay? All right. Yeah, to get out of a situation where you're leaning on whoever that Empress is. Six of Cups. being in a family home, feeling like you have to stay loyal to a certain conditioning that has kept you locked in with someone or some parent. It just feels like you have a sacred plan and a secret plan to get out of this. Feeling controlled, like you don't have enough. There's something also here about confidence and self-worth. Something inside of you, Gemini, know that if you make this move strategically to walk on, to move on out of something that's been toxic, keeping your plans to yourself, a change of mindset perhaps, and you do this work, it gives me the vibe that you know that you're going to be incredibly successful in the outcome. You know you're going to get what it is that you want, but you are aware about what you need to do, and it feels like you're going to do it. You're going to start that journey for whoever this reading is for. Staying compassionate with yourself, keeping the compassion in your own heart, okay? All right. Guidance, guide angel, spirit guides, loving, clear, healing advice, guidance for Gemini at this time. Thank you. Beautiful reading for Gemini. Guidance for continued protection over my Gemini friends here. Loving, clear insight and guidance for Gemini at this time. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Let's see. Okay. Okay. Some of you have been wanting to clap back. And what I mean by that is someone's texting you, being on the phone argumentative with you, making you feel small, you need me, I don't need you, whatever it is. You are valid for wanting to feel like you're like, okay, well, let me tell you something about you, okay? But it kind of feels like Spirit is wanting you to be conscious about that right now, okay? What else? Angel, Spirit guides. Okay, we'll stop there. This is that Page of Wands here, okay? And we have the Nine of Wands. You've been through a lot with this situation. We have the King of Swords upside down. And we have the King of Pentacles right side up. And then we have the Queen of Swords. Okay, if this is a family, it's some interesting energies around. And then beneath that, we have the Queen of Wands. It kind of feels like there might be a father somewhere around. It could be a spouse. There's an uncle. It feels like there are people in this family dynamic or in the mix that have strong voices that like to try to weigh in. Okay. Weigh in on the matters of your marriage or your family or the family, whatever the situation is. We got the aunts. Again, we got maybe perhaps this is hypothetical, a father who comes in sometimes, but when they come in, their advice is not really worth too much because they're rarely around. We have somebody who is the money bag brother or uncle, right? This is a very fascinating reading. And it feels like while you are on this journey to go after what it is that you want and what you are getting your spirit and your courage prepared to face, it feels like you're going to feel triggered, okay? You're going to, there's more communication that's going to feel triggering. That's not for you to partake in. That temperance kept on showing up. That energy kept saying, hey, remember me. That's what that felt like in this space. You got to remember temperance. Beef and issues between generations, I'm getting, you know, being stuck in the middle of, especially for those of you, if there's been some transition of some kind, or that you're having to make the decision to put a mom or a spouse in assisted living, there's drama. So, you know, do your part to stay healthy in your energy. A lot of emotions are running high right now, okay? And this has been a journey. Faith is being tested. Family connections are being tested right now. This kind of feels like Spirit wants you to be aware of this. That you are being tested and your endurance is required. I know your patience is required. Spirit wants you to do whatever it is that you do, Gemini, to get yourself grounded and prepared for a journey because it's coming. Thank you, angel, spirit guides. What else? Guidance for Gemini. Okay. Got the Queen of Pentacles here. Okay. Okay. And the way those just kind of fell out of my hand. Knight of Wands. Overcoming. Six of Wands. It kind of feels like just give this time, be patient. If you are needing to make a decision and you have the sacred plan, this also feels like Spirit is trying to say, there's success there. There's going to be regrounding at some point. There's going to be healing at some point, okay? There's going to be a level of working through this energy that's heightened, that's inflamed, that's challenging. But there's going to be balance in overcoming this, okay? This feels like over time, going in this direction, having this sacred plan is going to be prosperous, okay? And not just prosperous in terms of money, but that creates balance again and harmony. If this is a financial matter, the finances will restore, because we did see the Five of Pentacles. There's someone here, Gemini, where you're worried about the financial aspects of a matter. It's going to balance out, okay? But it's going to take some time. There are going to be some, if it has not happened already, hard conversations, old wounds coming up with that Six of Cups as well. This really just feels like, again, an emphasis on if you have a plan, or there's something that you're doing, or there's a decision that you have to make because you're trying to get to a place where you're trying to create your own independence or build your self-esteem to go on this, in this route, down this journey, down this street. You want to limit how much you're sharing, okay? Be mindful about what you're sharing. Be conscious about people who are trying to say a triggering thing to pull you into something argumentative that might pull you out of your plan, okay? Okay, and then beneath the Nine of Pentacles is the Wheel of Fortune. This is going to turn in your favor, just being tested right now. Adjustments are being required right now. That's why everything is kind of coming to the surface. Letting go of any denial and moving into acceptance so that you can move into action. Okay? I love you, Gemini. I hope that this has helped in some way. I hope I'm able to see you next week. And I hope that you have a wonderful, wonderful week in the meantime. Take care. Bye.